How is it going, folks? Hope you have a great weekend and welcome over to ZeldaSpeedRuns 3. Today we have a Majora's Mask Randomizer weekly race with the Blitz Season 2 settings. On commentary, you'll have Katie Bean 66 and Fifth Whammy, and on tracking, you'll have Hello Katie, JJ, and Tomo Talk. I'll hand it over to our comms. Enjoy the race, everyone.
Good morning, Termina, and I'm glad we could put together this show for you all. It is the last weekly before the Blitz Season 2 qualifier, and we've got 4 runners here looking to get in a good run for practice. I'm Fifth Whammy.
Yeah, all 4 runners have been practicing these settings and can't wait to see what we're in store for today.
Yeah, we have had 1 restream of these before, at least. But
is it just a showcase before?
It might have just been the showcase. What's special about these settings is that they are faster settings than normal. There is a special win condition. The goal is to get get any 2 sets of 5 fairies that are scattered around the world. Turn them in, you get your remains, you can go fight Majora and win. So it's a special objective, and we're going to see how our runners tackle that here for everyone.
Yes, and we should be starting very shortly. The countdown timer is going.
Yep. All our runners got set up.
And they're off.
They're off.
Now, I didn't see what was on the clock tower roof or the straw roof yet.
I did not either.
Money. That's always nice.
Money. Yeah, something that these settings added is 2 extra checks on all of the main shops. So Trading Post's going to have 2 extra checks, Bomb Shop 2 extra checks, Potion Shop, Zora Shop, Goron Shop. So our runners are very happy to see money early.
Yes, and I think Cafe also had some money and some bomb chew, so we're likely not going to be turning in that letter to Cafe today.
Probably not.
We got a small chest on the straw roof. Letter to Mama.
That's a nice early letter.
And we have a Woodfall Stray Fairy in the shop.
That was right on the Bomb Shop for 50, yep.
And for the letter to Mama, the only check you can use that for in these settings is Madame Aroma in Bar. So Postman's Freedom and Twilight Hand have nothing. And I just lost all the streams.
Me too. Me too. We're working on getting that back for you all. But yeah, it's a good time to point out that Blitz does take certain long checks off the board. The biggest difference we're going to see early is that we don't have the old lady. We don't have the all-night mass purchase. We don't have the big bomb bag purchase. So the usual night run 1 routine of going to North Clocktown and saving the old lady, we're not going to see that today.
There's a Snowhead Stray Fairy in Termina Field.
That's a nice easy grab. Termina Field grass chests. First hint, Bomber's Hide and Seek. Not much there. Yeah, we've got a variety of openers on display here. As we're just catching up now.
Here come our quad hints. Let's see. Termina Field, Way of the Hero. Honey and Darling is dead. Romani Ranch, Way of the Hero. And Zora Hall is Foolish.
That's going to be a little bit extra attention from our runners on Termina Field and Romani Ranch. Those are accessible early. But Honey and Darling are going to dance without a chaperone today. Yeah, Nate's got a South opener plan. There's P-Hat now. Ooh. Fairy Fountain's got gold rupee today.
Ooh,
Nice
that's
to have.
nice.
Yep, you can go shopping. You can get Bank 1. Bank 1 is in play. Bank 2 and 3 are out of play, but Bank 1 is in play.
I think we have a sword in the tree. Yep.
Nice grab from Blaze.
Another Snowhead Fairy. Or is that the... No, the first one was in the Termina Field grass chest, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then in
Or there's
Grass
just two
Grotto,
here.
there were 2. Yeah, there's 2. So 2 Snowhead Fairies right off the bat. Was that a bottle I saw on Madame Aroma in office?
It might have, yeah.
Yeah.
West Clocktown Wave the Hero.
Ooh.
And even though we do find stray fairies in small gilded chests, stray fairies alone cannot fulfill a Way of the Hero because they are hinted on the Great Fairy fountains. So even though we found 2 Snowhead Fairies, those are not candidates for Way of the Hero.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. One of the big, points of order of these settings is that the 4 stray fairy fountains will tell you the regions of all the fairies you haven't found yet, of that color. So we can bet that our runners are going to be making a point to visit those fairies as soon as they can.
Pamela is dead. Unfortunate.
Aw,
And
poor Pamela.
to note, we did find a bottle off of Swordsman School, but that can't be our Way of the Hero since we did find a milk bottle from Madame Aroma. So, no bottle
Wow.
Way of the Hero today.
Huh. 2 bottles up for grabs in Sphere 0. Our runners will be happy to know that because one of the song checks we have is Zora eggs. You do only need 3 eggs, but you still want some bottles for that. Alright, there's Blaze picking up a potion.
So is it the 10 bomb chew drop from the moon is a small gilded chest?
I think the game does put that in a small gilded chest, yes.
Yeah. Smithy 2 is dead. It had a not required giant's mask.
Yeah, it was a giant's mask. Field. Pojo visiting the Milk Road Owl. Yeah, West Clocktown Waft. I'm noticing all of our wafts so far are early. TF, Romani Ranch, West Clocktown. Maybe there's a chance you have to wait for Romani Ranch if you need to go find Remen Mask or Mask of Truth, but...
I mean, it's highly likely, considering there's only one other check-in ranch. The Song Ranch and Ranch Defense are all junked, so it's just the Bourbon Mask, Doggy Race, and Doggy Race Roof.
We might also see some tries at Doggy Gamba if the race roof doesn't give us anything. Right. And Ink just tracked down a Stone Tower Stray Fairy, our first of the restream TF Pillar Grotto. Tingle has fire arrows for sale in Clocktown for 40 rupees.
Ooh.
It's a nice pickup. Pojo doesn't have the rupees, though. He will after this visit to Fairy Fountain for a gold rupee.
Now, the interesting thing with these settings is that items that we normally see that are required aren't necessarily required. So those fire arrows might not be needed to beat the seed.
That's right. We don't necessarily have to beat all 4 dungeons. We've just got to turn in 2 sets of 5 stray fairies. And those fairies could be anywhere. Yeah, Pojo going back up the tree. He wants those fire arrows. So as far as the West Clocktown WAF is concerned, if the shops don't have anything critical, and We know Swordsman School had a bottle, but we could get a bottle elsewhere. Are we looking at Bank 1 or the Rosa Sisters?
I believe so. I know Blaze did do the Postman mini game. I didn't see what they got, but
I'm
I
not
don't
seeing
think it was
anything.
important.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything crucial on Blaze's tracker. Ink getting doubles done in a grotto. Ink has Ranch on his mind. And with the Waffen hints there, I think it's a good play.
Surprisingly, I don't think we found anything that could fulfill the Wath for Termina Field yet either.
Yeah, our runners have been handling south pretty well. Have any of them done the Dongos yet?
I don't
Or
think
Observatory?
so. So for Termina Field, we haven't seen the Dongos, we haven't seen any of the West Termina Field checks, and we haven't seen observatory stuff. Or in Kamaro is dead in Blitz settings.
That's right. We have to wait until midnight for him. So I'd have to think Observatory is going to be a target of interest soon.
Oh, did Ink do the Dongos? I must have missed it. Oh, yeah. But still, nothing found in Termina Field. To fulfill the Wath. We've obviously found lots of fairies in Termina Field so far.
It's nice to start with some extra fairies. You know, it's tough to know which direction the seed's going to take you until we get those hints from the fairy fountains, but we'll never turn down early fairies. Yeah, Ink's on day 3. We haven't seen Horse Race yet, which is understandable. Horse Race is a sometimes hint in these settings, and pretty common at that. Well, lemons are off the table thanks to that gossip. Huh. Blaze might be thinking Horse Race, or was he just thinking Owl? Yeah, Blaze was just thinking Owl.
Gorman
All
Bros
right.
had something not required. I missed what it was, though.
A magic bean not required.
Okay, I thought I saw the word magic. I'm like, it's not the magic upgrade, is it?
Oh, if it were, it would be tempting. Yeah, and Pojo and Ranch himself now giving us a second look at that gossip. Careful, Netherian. 1 heart against the Dongos. Gets it done. Nice work. Lay's taking a visit to Road to Seventh Swamp. Doesn't have a bow, but is happy to borrow some rupees from the bushes outside the swamp archery. Therian confirms no more. Yeah, the Dongos were just Jews. If we're looking to solve the TF WAF, we're looking at the observatory, at the business scrub, or the 2 West TF checks that need Zora. Chat's also reporting a 7th Swamp Waff. And Pojo has a Swamp Waff on his tracker, so all the Waffs early today. Alright. No.
Spin attack. We have to find it. Oh, it's
It has
dog
to be dog
race.
race. It's dog race. And our runners know it too. They don't have the... They do not have the Mask of Truth, so this is an honest-to-goodness gamble, but it is confirmed Waff.
It is confirmed. Dog color matches contents.
That's right.
For those who don't know, Pojo, Fifth, and I, we are in Shan's Box of Multi-Worlds tournament, and our team name was Dog Color Matches Contents after Gold Dog hopefully having an important item.
And yeah, today there are no remaining checks in Romani Ranch. We know Doggy's going to be good, but he has to be good on the race first.
Looking good for Ink. Just got to make it past those two dogs. Oh no. And
Is this going to do it? Wow. Some honest to goodness suspense in the dog race for a change. Congratulations, Gold Dog. And we're going to find out what is ice arrows.
Ice arrows. That most likely means we got at least a few fairies up in Akana.
Wow, that's... I mean, formally, dog color does match contents, but except for George himself, ice arrows can be skipped if you know what you're doing.
That is true.
Meanwhile, Observatory has a bomb bag. Yeah. Unfortunately, Pojo failed the Gamba. I think
Pojo going
could
to
take a bit.
get
Yeah.
onto the soil to get 20 rupees.
Right, that would make let Pojo make one more bet.
But that bomb bag on Observatory, that's very interesting, because that is a Woth candidate.
It is. We have not seen anything else that could fit the bill in Terminative Field as of yet. Meanwhile,
Mask. Is it Day 2 Grotto?
Day 2 Mystery Woods Grotto gives Blaze the Mask of Truth. That is confirmed Woth. As we know.
That's a southern swamp Woth, just for ice arrows. Also, there's something else, but... Ew.
Ew is right, Bean. Ew is right. Oh.
I mean, unless we have the fabled, you need the ice arrows to get to George. So.
Yeah, I mean, there is George Heart Container.
Oh, I mean...
And there is, yeah.
Here's the back of Great Bay Temple, too. Deku! Which grotto is this?
Wow. Where did Ink... This must be Great Bay Coast Grotto, because Ink's got a bottled fish in hand. Yeah. Deku and Coast Grotto, good find for Ink.
With that Deku, that is our first access to a fairy fountain, since we have a bottle.
That's
I mean,
right.
besides Clocktown.
Yeah. And Ink went there before going to Swamp, which is going to help him out. Blaze continuing with the Swamp clear. You know, can't blame them. Potion Shop's got 2 extra checks in these settings. So Pojo taking some money out to do Swordsman School. Spent all the money trying to get Gold Dog to win. That didn't pay off. Pojo has not updated the Yoshi image on his tracker, though. Tracker Yoshi is still happy.
It's not Bank 1, it has to be Rosa Sisters for the West Clocktown Woth.
Good job with Bank on for Netherian, but... 17-minute Bank 1. Good effort. I kind of hope the West Clocktown Woth is something good, because our runners got really stung by a double Woth for ice arrows. Pojo already had a bottle, so he'll know that's not the West Clocktown Woth.
And chances are our progression is probably either Zora Cape or Graveyard at this point for those bombs to have to be Woth. Or maybe a Moonsteer turn in. Oh, what was
Right.
day 3 chest in Clocktown?
I haven't seen it yet. With a
Considering Ink
Moonsphere
is
and the Deku Mask.
resetting, it must have been nothing.
Yeah, because Ink has the Moonsphere and the Deku Mask. Could use them both to get the chest if it were something. Yeah. Netherian has the Great Fairy Mask out on the C button and is wearing it. One nice quality of life tweak is that the Great Fairy Mask will give off...
Goron on the Moon's Tear Turret.
Yeah, that's a nice find. Ink's got himself 2 transformation masks so far.
One thing to note, even though we have 2 transformation masks and the boom mask, sound check is off in these settings.
Yeah, that's right. Moon Mask is only good for getting into... whatever it is. Yeah, getting into Milk Bar later if you need to do Madame Aroma at a bar. See, Nath... Oh, was that a second Stone Tower Stray Fairy in Road to Southern Swamp Grotto?
I believe it is.
Looks like, yep, Ink went that way too.
I completely missed what was on the tourist center roof. It looked like it could have been a piece of heart or something else.
Cafe's Mask.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be worth grabbing. We have the letter to Mama on straw roof chests, and Madame Aroma in bar could be done.
Yes, we're just a land title deed away from it being in Logic.
And of course, Ink went to Ranch. It does have the Southern Swamp Waff marked. Does know that Cafe's Mask is interesting. Now, once he goes to the Mystery Woods and gets himself a Mask of Truth, which probably won't be... Well, it could be this cycle. He'd have to go to day 2 first. It is nice of the Southern Swamp Gossip Stone to tell you that the Southern Swamp is Waff.
So far, as far as missing hints go, we just missing 2 foolishes and 1 sometimes, I believe.
Yep, that's the count I have, too. Nothing really exciting on the sometimes hints so far, either.
Now, usually we see at least like 1 stray fairy hinted, but not today.
Yeah, the horse race did have a magic bean, but now that we have Deku off of Great Bay Coast Grotto, we can buy our own magic beans. Yeah, chat, the total hint spread is 4 wafts, 3 foolishes, and 7 sometimes hints. A lot of the stuff that would be always hinted got junked instead. So instead we have sometimes hints.
We did find a room key off of treasure chest minigame. So I think Ink is gonna go check that now.
It's right next door.
Yeah, we know that Stockpot Inn can't be foolish since we found the Moon's Tear here. But room key leads to nothing.
100 rupees. Not bad at all.
Is that vanilla? Isn't there usually a silver rupee there?
It might be vanilla. Bojo re-grabbing the purple on the ledge at the start of the cycle. Good thinking. Taking it right to treasure chest game.
I will say, the seat's been very generous with money. You start with that 50 on the clock tower roof, just go up to North Clock Town for an extra 200 on Human Fairy. This is one thing, for these settings. There is no quality of life improvement for treasure chest minigame.
That's true. We don't have visibility on the map, so Pojo's got to do it the old-fashioned way. Be able to get there.
I think he clips through that block.
Hey, well, it's legal. And it's successful. Yeah, Blaze is getting a ranch visit in. Did invert. Does have the Mask of Truth in hand. Does not have to gamble. No suspense on Blaze's race.
So what's left in Logic? We have Deku Palace. We have Punch Rock. We have Graveyard. Oh, what song did we start with, by the way?
Good question. I don't know if anybody has paused and looked. I'm trying to look on trackers.
Looks like Blaze has Storms marked. So we might
Uh,
have started with Storms? We always start with Oath in these settings. We also start with another random song that isn't Epona. So we start with Oath and Epona's and Soaring and Song of Time. And then one other random song.
Yeah, I'm not sure Ink or Nath or Pocho has looked, and no marking on the trackers. But Blaze has storms marked, and we'll go with that for now. Yeah, I see a red potion on Pocho's C buttons. Must be planning a trip to Swamp.
Oh, we got a big chest in the Termina Field underwater location.
I saw that too. That could be it.
That could be Wath. Of course, we need Zora for that.
Indeed, chat. A land title deed would be enough to grant us logical aroma and bar.
Now we're almost 30 minutes in without a single projectile. Not even Deku Bubbles.
It hasn't been a super dry seed. We have Deku Goron bombs, and 2 bottles, but the lack of projectiles still sticks out. All right. And with that successful dog race, everybody has ice arrows except for Pojo.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the happy Yoshi turns into a mad Yoshi after fighting the Mask of Truth in Day 2 woods.
Yeah, Pojo is on night 1. We'll have to double after visiting Potion Shop here. Stockpot Inn has a gilded chest. We might have seen this on stream already. Yeah, okay, that's where the Moon's Tear came from, and that gives Goron. Day 2 for Pojo. Pojo is now going to see that Mask of Truth. And we'll know it is the Waff.
Punch the chest.
Blaze using those bombs to get a quicker warp back to Great Bay Coast. Inventive. Doesn't shed light on their importance or requirement status, but inventive. And that's what we like to see. Okay.
I think this is our first look at Zora Cape.
So that's what Hideout Chest had. The second Woodfall Fairy. Yeah. Simultaneous Mystery Woods on the left side of our restream here. Simultaneous South Clocktown on the right.
So we didn't find anything in that Zora Cape grotto. I'm thinking it might be Graveyard Grotto. Might be our next path of progression. Or Madame Aroma and Bar.
Yeah, Madame Aroma is worth checking if you have the opportunity. Not technically in logic though, but even so, Road to Icona is tempting. You've got Goron Punch Rock on the way, so you've got at least 2 checks. If we had Sonata, it'd be 3 checks, but it looks like we have Storms. Another compelling destination is Swamp, Palace, Woodfall. So only the bottom half of the restream has Deku at this point. Look at Blaze jumping in and out of flowers to nab these rupees the right way. Well done. Huh. Powder Keg on the Deku Playground.
Huh. So Powder Keg in these settings only has 1 use, and that would be for Keg Castle.
It's not everybody's favorite use, and we'd have to see a Lens of Truth and a lot of other things for that to be in logic. But it's not impossible. We won't rule it out completely.
So Ink will be the first runner to the back of Southern Swamp. Likely do Deku Palace and Woodfall.
Yeah, the tough thing here is that the only way there right now is to give Kolme her potion and have the boat take care of the big Octo. So anybody who's already done Southern Swamp and turned in the potion and then cycled that away is going to have to repeat. Yeah, Pocho's deployed the table flipping Yoshi now. Is going back, this time with the Mask of Truth in hand.
I mean, even though it is ice arrows, it's still really good knowledge, since you know that those ice arrows have to lock at least 3 different kinds of fairies. I mean, by default, it only locks the Stone Tower fairy, by virtue of being in Upper Arcana. But it's always good knowledge to have.
It is. It is. It's still very valuable. And yeah, it's a good point to bring up. Yeah, remember, audience, when we see a waft here, MMR does take into account that we need to find 2 sets of fairies, get their remains. So if you can't get any 3 sets of if you can't get any 2 sets of fairies without a all right. Let's go from the top there. If you need an item to find any 2 sets of fairies, that item would qualify for a waft.
3 sets of fairies, I think.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Oh no! Ink!
Oh no.
Also, we did find another Woodfall stray fairy from the Bean Man. So only 2 more stray fairies for Woodfall.
That's 3 pink fairies out of 5, and Ink is on the way to Woodfall, where we'll find out where the other 2 are.
Magic!
Oh.
That's our first projectile! Deku Bubbles!
Uh-uh. This is a pretty linear early game, then. If magic ends up being first projectile and we don't find any other options for a while. We're going to see Madame Aroma and Bar. It's the Bremen Mask, which is hinted dead. Jojo letting us know his feelings on the matter.
I missed what was in the courtyard? It looked like it was something. But Ink's not going for it, so...
Yeah. Ink didn't want it, and we're going to get another chance, because with magic in Deku Palace, I think our runners are going to be sent there before too long.
Wait, was it a frog in the courtyard? That's great.
It's not a bad place for a frog to live.
It was
was
some
that healing? That was healing. Wow. So we're thinking a storm start, and then healing on the first available song check.
That's only good for Macau right now. Kamaro is dead in these settings, so...
And Pamela was hinted dead. We have Pamela songs, but can't use them.
Oh, we got another big chest here in Southern Swamp. Kamaro, that's also very much lost, since we haven't found anything in West Clocktown yet.
I think that's the last West Clocktown check left standing.
Yeah, so... the only outstanding potential Way of the Hero is Termina Field, since we're not certain about these bombs. The bomb bag being Way of the Hero.
Yeah.
But whatever's on Rosa's Sisters has to be it.
I would have to think West Clocktown Rosa's Sisters is it. So this seed was pretty particular about the way it wanted you to play the early game.
So what do you think, what's the best item we can find on Rosa's Sisters right now?
I'm thinking it's a bow.
I'm gonna say Hookshot, since we did just find Gibdo. I was also thinking Zora. But Hookshot will get us into Akana at this point.
Yeah, Hookshot is a great guess. It might be a better guess than Bow, really. Our runners will be happy to see either. And did you say we had Gibdo?
Yes, we just found Gibdo in Woodfall.
Wow. So Ink is the first to follow the correct line through the early game at this 37-minute mark, hitting the Woodfall Owl. He's going to keep investigating.
Ooh, that's our first Great Bay Stray Fairy.
Yeah, I think the total right now stands at 3-2-1-2.
Yes.
But despite a linear opening, the seed has been pretty generous with fairies. We have here Deku for Pojo.
Another Stray Fairy, this time Stone Tower in Woodfall, so 3-2-1-3. Now we say this and then it's gonna be like, yeah, you have to do left side well for Fairy. And like
Yeah, that's
Stone
the
Tower
catch.
for the others.
Yeah, the catch is always going to be, where is the last fairy? Because 5 fairies get you remains, 4 fairies doesn't get you anything. And as far as the pink ones are concerned, Ink is going to... Oh. Ink will slip a bit, but will be worked back up to the top of the log.
So at this point, all of our runners have both Deku and Goron.
Yeah, nobody's
Let's
getting
see.
badly lost. They all got distracted a bit. Was that Stone Tower Temple, East Clocktown?
Yeah, it's at Akana Castle though.
Okay, so...
Oh, Ink just didn't grab the one in East Clocktown. Okay, so Castle
Okay.
and Stone Tower Temple.
Alright, well, Castle is going to be on Castle Pillar. That one's easy. Stone Tower Temple... one of the big catches of Blitz Season 2 is that the dungeons are shuffled. So we don't know where Inverted Stone Tower Temple is. Magic for Blaze.
Very
Did
nice Goron
Netherian-
clip for Pojo.
Did Netherian not get the Gorman Brothers race hint?
Perhaps not? I don't remember where it was.
I think it was in Ranch. Pojo picks up Camaro's mask because Ink uses it. And this Camaro's mask is going to lead to our waft for West Clocktown.
Maybe it's actually a big brain play from Nath to get a bean so you don't have to worry about a bean later. Also, was that frog? Was that a frog mask?
It was a frog. It was a frog.
So for these settings, there's only 2 frogs that are available. It's the laundry pool frog and the frog in Southern Swamp.
So, of our 2 overworld frogs, one of them has to give us something. There we see an actual frog in the Deku Palace. That's not it.
It's the Southern Swamp frog. This is what a triple Southern Swamp waft.
Yeah, a waft for a waft and a waft for a waft. And we still have that bomb bag in Termina Field and the western checks there that we still don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I'm still a bit suspicious of Graveyard Grotto for that bomb bag to have to potentially be the waft.
If Ink finds a hook shot here, that's gonna have to be a top priority, I would think.
Yes. And it's Bo, you were right.
A bow with extra steps. Frog of the hero has a bow.
Not just any frog of the hero, the wath frog of the hero.
Southern Swamp confirm double waft for dogs and frogs.
Dogs and frogs. This is a blessed seed. Thank you, Cube David.
Yeah, today's race on ZSR3 is brought to you by the Animal Kingdom.
Does that mean we'll have something on goat?
I can't rule it out.
Maybe did find fire arrows. Do need those to fight goat.
I mean, that's a really convincing North package we have here. We have bombs, bow, fire arrows, Goron. Of course, the catch is that Ink currently does not have the actual fire arrows. They're right outside the playground on Tingle.
Oh, speaking of Tingle, one interesting thing with these settings in Tingle is that if there is a stray fairy on Tingle that you haven't collected, the fairy fountain hint will list both of them. Like if it's in North Clocktown, say it's off of the North Clocktown map purchase, you would get a hint for North Clocktown and Akana Canyon.
You would. It's very kind of the fairy fountains to give us that. We'd also might see that with the postman's hat or the Keaton quiz mask. Or I guess the
I don't
Keaton
think I've
mask
seen
quiz.
that yet, but I remember the first time I got a hint like that, and I was very confused for a second. I was questioning the amount of fairies I had.
Ink has some rupees, which she could use on Tingle.
So if it's in the post box, the fairy, it would say South Clocktown, North Clocktown, East Clocktown.
It sure would. It sure would.
And then Keaton Mask will just say North Clocktown, Milk Road, Mountain Village.
That would also be true. Heaven forbid somebody shuffle notebook entries and then do a fairy hunt with that.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Oh, it would be a lot. The postman's like in 6 different regions, so the fairy entry for talking to him.
No, we have the notebook shuffle and the fairy shuffle, and then we put on importance counts. They say Termina Field has 30 important items.
Don't do that to us, Bean.
No, but that's why we don't have importance counts for Blitz Season 2. Because all of these fairies will count towards the importance counts. So
They would.
they won't satisfy a region that is hinted important, but they will count towards the count.
They would. They very much would. These are considered important, so if you get a foolish region, you will know that no fairies are there.
Yes. Speaking
There
of
is
foolish,
Ink
I
make.
think we have one foolish hint, don't we?
Yeah, just Zora Hall. Which is a nice hint, because there's a fair number of checks there.
Especially with the shop shuffle.
Ink did acquire those fire arrows, by the way, and is now headed north. He has around a 10-minute lead on everybody else through the early game of this seed.
That was an interesting beetle skip on Pojo side. Just jump over it with Goron.
Nicely done. Although the dragonfly is all making their opinions known.
Oh no.
Oh no. That was quite a flight that Deku took. In the meantime, Ink just acquired Zora and Twin Allens.
Wow.
The last real critical item that we're missing is Hookshot. And then light arrows would be nice to have, but apart from that, we're getting closer and closer to just being able to visit our fairy fountains and take care of the rest of the seed.
To be fair, we do need Goron Lullaby to get to the Snowhead Great Fairy.
It's true. That's the one fly in the ointment is our song selection. Only storms, only healing.
Yeah, we don't have
No
any.
dungeons.
Yeah, no dungeon songs yet. So
And we know to finish our set of pinks, we need Stone Tower Temple. Wherever that might be.
but yes, I think going for songs and fairy fountains right now, once you get Hook, would be very, very good play right now.
And it looks like Ink is doing just that.
We do have a couple more checks available now with Zora in a Termina Field.
I'm gonna visit the Goron shop. Not much there. There was a spare bow there. A bow-locked bow. Yeah. Blaze also now up north is in hot pursuit of Ink. Zora for Blaze. I might have overestimated the magnitude of Ink's lead.
The Mountain Scarab selling the land title deed.
That's for 200 rupees, and we don't have a wallet.
I mean, we know that it only leads to a Bremen mask, but
Yeah, that's true, except the
Oh.
title deed itself could turn in something. Could give you something.
that is true. The quadruple Southern Swamp Wath.
Yeah, our runners will have to pass it up with no wallet in hand.
I also cannot tell what's on the ledge in Goron Village.
I couldn't get a good view on it either. Lens Cave looks to be pretty quiet.
So Blaze marked something for Goron Village Ledge, but I don't know what it is. So it must be something. It must be either
Yeah.
maybe hook or light arrows, maybe?
Something big, or at least something interesting. Yeah. Pojo has bow and is now going to be making the north play. Ink's interested in heading to Termina Field West. Rightfully so, with that waft still not properly fulfilled.
Is that hook?
It might be. Ink wants it.
It is.
Ink's got it.
So pretty much the only thing potentially preventing Ink from finishing is where these fairies are, because you have access to most areas in the game now.
Yeah, fairy songs, light arrows are the items of interest now. Pojo finds
Now
us the last sometimes. Town Archery dead.
I will say, I do think that Akana would be a very good play right now, because we know that Ice Arrows locks 3 fairies.
I would agree. Let's make the let's make the most use we can out of that double waff. Yep. Ink took a detour to West Terminal Field, got that hook, and is now headed back to Elder Goron. Simultaneous Elder Goron.
Sonata.
All right. Well, all the songs left are going to be good. Well, they're all going to be dungeon songs. There's a chance the dungeon doesn't actually have anything behind it, which would be a shame. But Sonata, that's a dungeon. And another good reason to go to Graveyard.
I think that was a Stone Tower Stray Fairy on the Path to Snowhead Ledge.
I agree with you. I did not get a huge look at it myself, but here we'll see Blaze do it now. Yep,
Oh,
that's it.
that is yellow.
That is totally yellow.
Although it's not in logic, it is certainly accessible with that hook shot.
Right. Blaze the Zora is going ahead, getting Path to Snowhead done before diverting the Terminal Field. It's worth noting that the Tingle in... Was it Milk Road Tingle? That map slot has a Blast Mask in it. So that should clue folks in to the fact that the bombs in Terminal Field are probably not WAF.
I mean, bombs are definitely important because we do have a fairy in Bomber's Hideout, but not the boss.
Yeah, one neat thing that explosives do is give you access to the Great Bay Fairy Fountain. So, they're a little more handy than they would be in other settings for that reason. Yeah, it was Sniffa in the underwater chest, by the way, as Yuchi pointed out a while back. There's fire arrows for Nath. Everyone's got their bow, everybody's got their fires.
Oh,
It's been a linear
Blaze,
first hour so far, but yeah.
Blaze marked Captain's Hat on the Goron Village ledge.
Oh. That's what it was. Yeah, that might be worth going back for at this rate. We've got a dungeon song log behind it. One of the odd things about Blitz Season 2 relative to other settings is that dungeon songs are not necessarily as important as they would be otherwise. Yeah, there's Ink finally making the East play. Finds a Great Bay Fairy on the pillar.
Blazes are right on his tail.
Ink having to contend with the bomb choose here. Oh, Blaze is using the bubbles because they're doing it at night. Cleanly done. There's a reminder that horse race isn't needed. Ink wants the graveyard. Blaze does not want the graveyard. Blaze wants Iconic Canyon. I'm also seeing a second Foolish show up on some trackers. Woodfall Temple. Oh no, Pojo. Pojo had to cycle. I must admit, chat, did you see what happened? Was that a soft lock?
I also missed it.
I was busy following with our... Yeah, one Chaplain Pet so had Iconic Canyon. Well, Iconic Canyon has the last yellow stray fairy. Ink and Blaze has been investigated that, and Ink was checking the graveyard. Didn't seem to find much. I'm gonna have the refresh stream here so I can see everything. Oh. Oh. Pojo checked the dungeon entrance. Pojo did not have to hook when entering Woodfall Temple. Dungeons are shuffled, and it ended up being Great Bay Temple. You can't get out of GPT if you don't have a hook shot, and therefore Pojo had to...
At the very least, in these settings, being forced to cycle isn't the worst thing. You know, because you don't have to worry about, you know, things like quest items. But it still sucks. And we do have a Snowhead Fairy and Canyon on the ledge. I'm surprised Blaze isn't using the Great Fairy's mask. Pretty sure if you wear it around a scrub, you can find out if you need the Ocean Title Deed.
I'll have to try that myself. I wasn't sure how accurate the sparkles on it were.
It's usually, like, for example, if there's a Stray Fairy in Stumpy in Termina Field, you have to have it on your screen for it to shimmer. For checks like Tingle, you just have to be in the region. So, like, if you enter Great Bay Coast and there's a fairy on Stone Tower map, it'll just start shimmering as soon as you enter Great Bay Coast. So it kind of depends. For the scrubs, I'm not exactly sure. Like, when you enter Southern Swamp, it could shimmer for the frog, for example, which is obviously not in frame at all when you enter Southern Swamp, but...
Yeah. So we see Pojo and Zora Cape. We're starting to see some divergence now. Pojo and Cape. Blaze entered Great Bay Temple via Woodfall entrance. Had the hook shot, had Zora, was able to proceed through it, but is declining. Are interested in fairy info at this point.
I'm just noticing on Pojo's tracker, he has Goron marked in Termina Field.
Goron was in South Clock Town.
Yeah, Moonsteer.
Via the Moonsteer, and Moonsteer was the Stockpot Inn. That would be troubling if Pojo doesn't make it back to Hookshot and Termina Field. Consolation prize, though. Zora Cape was a good call, because Pojo now has lights. And with that, I'm a little late on this, but happy 1 hour, everybody. You're watching ZSR, MMR on ZSR 3. Blitz Season 2 weekly action. I'm here in the booth with Katie Bean. Thank you very much. Thank you to Cube David for restreaming for us, and to Tomultak, Gigi, and Hello Katie on the tracker desk, helping handle everything. We have a gaggle of runners, a 4-way restream, and we could not do it without everybody's help. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Pojo doing the OTMM randomizer potential way to get to the Ocean Great Fairy.
Oh, it is in logic there.
And
Using
in Ocarina
ice
of Time
arrows,
Majora's Mask combo random. Not in Majora's Mask rando though. Game will always expect you to have
yeah,
hookshot
you
to.
would be logically. Yeah, it is a trick in MMR too, where you could use the ice arrows over there, as Pojo just did.
Stone Tower Temple.
So one trapped in Stone Temple.
Until
Well,
12. PFE.
PFE.
And that should be it. Because we found one in
We
Woodfall
know about
and we found one
RTI.
in Road to Akana.
Yep. And Blaze is right behind Pojo. Can use the hook shot. And we'll get fairy info.
So far, the Akana fairies are the most, I'd say, accessible, depending on, you know, if the Akana fairies on the Ocean Tidal D turn in or not.
Right. Right. I mean, we have... So let's see, we've got... On Restream, our count is, 3 pink fairies, and the last 2 are in Stone Tower Temple and Iconic Castle. Iconic Castle is easy. Path to Snowhead, very doable for yellow fairies, but we need Iconic Canyon for the last yellow fairy. And then blue fairies are going to be the toughest because you need well for that. But our runners have Gypto. They even have Sniffa. Since they don't have a lot, we could use Sniffa to get left side well.
And we have light arrows, so it could be right side well.
Yeah, and Ethereum picking up light arrows, those are going to be very helpful in this endgame because Stone Tower Temple has at least 2 types of stray fairy in it. PFE has Garo, we don't need that. Yep, it's the West for everybody now. Blaze is trying Pinnacle Rock. Everyone should have 2 bottles. So if we wanted to do eggs, we would need 2 trips.
I'm going by the... Okay, Pojo does have 2 bottles, okay. He didn't mark his other bottle. Some of our runners have 2 bottles marked except for Pojo on their own trackers, but Pojo does have 2 bottles on our trackers, so.
Yeah. Pojo was late to Swordsman School. I think he did stuff in Swamp first, so he had the bottle in hand. Getting his fairy info. I think everyone has their fairy info at this point. Except for Pojo. Pojo does not have that hook shot, so no Stone Tower fairy info for him.
Yeah, even though Pojo doesn't have hook, it's not good to go to PF without hook, but it could pay off with eggs, you know? Or a mirror shield.
Mirror Shield, good find for Pojo.
Yeah, that if that
Yeah, meanwhile, Pinnacle
we might
Rock.
not need the song from Graveyard, since we know that so far it's looking like there's nothing in Great Bay Temple or in Snowhead Temple.
Yeah, the most important temple right now, given our fairy hints, is Stone Tower Temple. You're not finishing blues or pinks without going there. And you can't get to normal Stone Tower Temple without Elegy. You can't get to inverted Stone Tower Temple without some kind of dungeon song. It's shuffled, so it might be Elegy, it might not be.
Yes, but I think
Yeah, we see Blaze putting eggs in bottles.
I
So
would
he wants the
assume that
song.
if Blaze goes to sewers and gets that mirror shield, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's highly likely that we don't need that captain's hat, and Blaze will have everything they need to beat the seed, essentially, just finding the fairies.
No? Double Talk from the tracker desk is reporting a third bottle in Pinnacle Rock. That's a wonderful place to find it, if so. Yeah, Ink going ahead and picking up the Stone Tower Temple Fairy in Path to Snowhead. Can't blame him on that. Pocho finds a wallet in PF. Pocho's trip has been productive, even without the hookshot in hand. You got lights, you got mirror, you've got a wallet. So as long as he remembers to go back to West Terminal Field for the hookshot, things aren't... You know, he's still got a decent shot. Yeah, Blaze doing some acrobatics to skip the main ladder.
Now, I don't think we've seen a hint for hookshot chests, so we don't know what's in this one, but it's
No.
big.
No. It is big. Pocho can get it. He just can't get upper chest or tank chest. Lens of Truth.
Well, that puts Path to Snowhead fairy into logic. Graveyard is foolish except song.
It does. Huh. Really?
Ooh, that's very interesting. Graveyard could have Lullaby or Elegy. I mean, it could also have New Wave, but
Yeah. Blaze just
whatever.
turned in eggs and got Lullaby.
Ooh.
That's a good find. Puts the green fairies into play as well. Yeah, simultaneous Pohut from Nithirian and Ink, and with 2 stray fairies in Iconic Canyon, who can blame them?
Did anyone put on the Great Fairies mask before starting the fight? Because you will get the shimmer if you just enter with the Great Fairies mask on. If it does have the Great Fairy. Oh, not the Great Fairy, the Fairy.
That's true. Yeah, Nath has to be careful, though. You're only at 1.5 hearts. You might get kicked out of Pohut if you take another hit.
Do you get kicked out of Pohut in just regular MMR? I don't think you do. I think that's just OTMM. But to note, yeah, this has not been a very healthy seed for our runners. We have 2 runners with 3 hearts.
All right, and we get Blaze immediately heading to the Snowhead Fairy Fountain to get hints. Remaining fairies there are in Mountain Village and Stone Tower Temple. Wow. You are not getting through this seed without visiting Stone Tower Temple. The only question is how, and how the fairies inside are split.
Well, here's a Stone Tower Temple.
Good news for Blaze. Yeah, good news for Blaze. Lullaby gets you into ISTT.
You are not finding all 3 fairies, though, here. You might find 2, but we need those ice arrows to be important for something.
That's true.
Oh, it wasn't Poe Hut. I think that's a remain for ink.
Was that the pink fairy? Or was it the yellow fairy?
It was the yellow fairy.
All right.
Goat.
That's a complete set. Pohut has the last yellow fairy. Yep, Netherian confirms it, has 4 fairies marked on their tracker. They will be able to pick up PTSH later, you know, at their choosing. You still have to be at midnight on night 3 to fight Majora. So our runners might want to leave some fairies behind to spend that time wisely. Yeah, here's Ink exiting Great Bay Coast like everybody else, or Great Bay Temple like everybody else. Or not Ink, Netherian exiting Great Bay Temple, and Ink has headed to Pinnacle Rock. Pocho's in Pinnacle Rock.
One thing to note for temples, we do have the Temple Fairy Shuffle from MMR Standard Season 6. So for Inverted Stone Tower Temple, that would be the fairies, the Wizrobe Stray Fairy, and the fairy you spawn by with fire arrows. And the entrance Sun Switch
true.
Fairy.
Yeah, the partial stray fairies checks adds 3 in Stone Tower Temple and 3 in Inverted Stone Tower Temple. So for 6 total in the whole temple. Nice clear of Wizrobe there, but to no avail. Just going here for the pillar. Does not have the shield that Pocho has from sewers.
You know what's interesting, specifically about Inverted Stone Tower Temple? If you enter the boss room before you fall into the void, and you have the Great Fairy's mask on, you can know if there's a fairy on the light arrow chest. Because that's the only stray fairy in that room. Because it's the light arrow chest, so in vanilla it's
True.
not a stray fairy location. So with temples, the Great
That's
Fairy's
right,
mask
so
is
when it's
not
darker, yeah.
powerful at all because it'll think that any check that is a stray fairy is a stray fairy. So, for example, if you enter Woodfall Temple, there's 2 stray fairies in there, but neither are shuffled in these or they're junk checks in these settings. But the Great Fairy's mask will shimmer until you collect those junked items. So
that's true, just like it does in vanilla. That's a Goron Lullaby for Pojo. Pinnacle Rock paying off.
yes.
We believe currently that Iconic Graveyard except Song is foolish and Woodfall Temple is foolish. Now that we have the locations of all our fairies, Stone Tower Temple has 3 different colors of fairies inside it.
Blaze hasn't
And so far,
found
Blaze hasn't tracked any of them down.
Yeah.
Try as they might.
Could be Elegy off of Graveyard Song.
Graveyard Song is going to be Elegy or New Wave Bossa Nova.
But then again,
Those are the only 2 options left.
I think it has to be Elegy. If it's New Wave Bossa Nova, what's in Snowhead Temple or Woodfall Temple? I mean, I guess you could have Swamp Title Deed in those temples. In at least Snowhead Temple. But
Even if Mountain Village has a stray fairy, we know it's not behind Gold Dust because that got hinted dead. And we know where a wallet is. Poji found a wallet in PFI. We have healing for it and lens as well. Yeah. The yellow set was the easiest set today. But yeah, for any one of the rest, you'd have to visit Stone Tower Temple. Ink should have the lullaby now. Coach is going to enter ISTT here. Trouble is without hookshot, you cannot clear the thing. There's some checks you can do, but we'll have to back out.
you could do all the checks in Inverted Stone Tower Temple, you just can't get the Twin Mold.
Yeah, I think you can do pretty much everything until it comes time to get up to Igor. So no Giant's Mask checks. Oh,
You
well,
can
no,
still
you
make
could.
it to the Igor
You
with
could use
a
the,
well-timed bomb recoil.
Yeah, that's right. You'd recoil from the east side, just like Blaze did here.
Oh, there's a Snowhead Fairy.
And there's a Snowhead Stray Fairy.
Unfortunately,
It's going to be a total of 3 Snowhead Fairies. Yeah.
unfortunately, we do need an Ocean Title Deed to finish that set.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Ocean
guess
Title Deed for...
the Snowhead Stray Fairy, because it was on the canyon ledge. Oh, I'm not sure if Blaze knows everything that's in springtime is junked. So all post-dungeon checks are junked, including springtime.
Yeah. Yeah, the springtime tests are post-temple exclusives, so those will not have anything in Blitz.
Ooh, that's our last sometimes hint. Town Archery has nothing.
That's right. I think Pojo saw it somewhere. Maybe Cape.
Oh, maybe.
So Netherian now has a lens. Ink is making their way through ISTT. Oh, misses the left side skip. Joe tries to weave through the mines as Deku doesn't manage it. Tricky execution.
So, for these settings, could the seed require clearing whatever dungeon is in Snowhead to get to springtime to do Smithy?
That could absolutely be required in these settings. It won't be today because Tingle very generously had the fire arrows for us, but MMR logic could require that in a future seed.
Yeah.
You're running low on bombs and hearts. Pojo refilling magic. Good resourcefulness, grabbing magic out of that snowball to get rupees out of a Tektite. There's a lot of layers to what we do here in MMR. Yeah, unfortunately for Blaze, they didn't have the Lens of Truth at the time to take advantage of the easy access to Darmani that Springtime provides. And that's relevant with fairies still sitting there in Mountain Village.
MMR is like an onion. It has layers.
There we go. Good job, Ink. And Smithy 1 does have a fairy. Nice pickup for Pojo. Trouble is you still need the Ocean Title Deed to complete the green set.
Yes, and the Ocean Title Deed and the Swamp Title Deed are both at least important in this seed. Ocean Title Deed for that fairy, Swamp Title Deed for Captain's Hat, which has a song that is not foolish.
Chad, it turns out that MMR would account for the use of remains to skip bosses. Wasn't there a seed in testing where Goron ended up on Goat?
I don't think that has happened. I mean, there was one seed during testing where Poe had a required bottle of gold dust, and the gold dust turn-in had a Stone Tower Stray Fairy, and the Stone Tower Fairy had Twin Mold remains, and then Twin Mold had light arrows or something. So in that case, the light arrows lock 2 other fairies. So you needed that Stone Tower Stray Fairy for the Stone Tower Great Fairy, and then for those 2 other fairies that were locked behind light arrows. So that's how it got required.
Oh, so it can happen. It can happen.
You can have a required stray fairy. It's definitely
today.
possible. Very rare, but quite possible. And because of that, you could have Goron Mask on Goat Heart Container, because you don't need Goron to beat Goat, and you can use Goat's remains to warp to Goat's lair.
Yeah, Pojo going ahead and doing Darmani just to be sure, but only finds a piece of heart there.
Pojo still
Is
doesn't
Pojo
have
going to
hook.
attempt a GBT play with that hookshot in hand? Yeah, that's going to be the problem for Pojo.
I mean, it's clearable. You don't need hookshot once you're inside Great Bay Temple to clear it out of logic, but he has to know that at this point that you can't have hookshot in Great Bay Temple, and you need hookshot to get to the one fairy he doesn't have the hints for.
Yeah. You can't get up east without hookshot. No Icona.
Yeah.
Well, you can, out of logic, accomplish a lot without hookshot. I think MMR ensures that you will not be expected to dip Great Bay Temple without a hook in hand.
Assuming you have logic. Like, you could have a no logic run where hookshot is in Great Bay Temple.
And that's true. Everything's on the table with no logic. And I'll remind Chad that we have a foolish hint for Woodfall Temple, so if that comes up in our runner's search, well, we already knew a fairy wasn't there, but now we know that there aren't any title deeds or anything there either. Jumps on over without a hookshot. What does he find? Huh.
Not a bad find, honestly. I think our runners are on Razor Sword.
GFS. Yeah, that's a double the damage. And that's
And
Chateau
another-
Romani. I believe all runners have the Goron Lullaby via eggs by now. So I think the overarching story right now, from the stream's perspective, is that if we find the ocean title deed, it's possible to complete, greens and yellows and finish the game. Otherwise, there's a chance you have to do, you have to get Elegy to go to normal side of Stone Tower Temple, and that would be via the Mirror Shield and Egos, or the Swamp Title Deed somewhere, which leads to the Captain's Hat. Yeah, runners have to consider a lot of options as they approach the late game of a Fairy Hunt seed. Well, chat, my understanding is that Fojo is out of logic by the mere virtue of being in Great Bay Temple without a hookshot. In Dungeon Rando, is my understanding. He is running low on checks right now, so I think he's just trying whatever he can think of.
I think
But I do
as
not
Claude-
believe this is the thing that MR expects you to do.
I think he's completely forgotten about
was that
West Termina Field. So
He may have. His tracker, he has a Goron in Termina Field, so he may think that the WAF is spoken for and he doesn't have to go back.
there's one thing that is very important in these settings. Always full clear your watts, especially when it's Termina Field, because you don't know. Even if you find, an item that is normally, satisfies Way of the Hero with the normal win condition, it might not be Way of the Hero. For example, Zora Mask.
That's true.
There's a lot locked behind it, but there's no. By default, Zora Mask does not lock any Great Fairy Fountains.
Yeah. For something to be WAF, it has to lock 3 different fairy set completions. So that's usually the case for Zora, but not always. And also for full clearing is a great idea because you might find some fairies as well. There's 20 extra fairies out there, 20 extra checks that have something potentially valuable. Yeah, Pocho's done all he really can in GBT, or all that he's willing to do without a hook shot. Meanwhile, Blaze picked up that mirror shield from PFS, is going to promptly warp to Iconic Castle and investigate. Yes, chat, it does.
Yes, so Hookshot is very likely a candidate to be Woth almost always because it locks 2 fairy fountains. Ocean Great Fairy and Stone Tower Great Fairy.
That's true.
Bow,
And that's always going to be true no matter where your fairies end up.
Yes. Bow as well, because Bow locks Snowhead Great Fairy and Stone Tower Great Fairy, logically. I mean, obviously, Bow. You could also find other bows. So, if you find 2 Sphere 0 bows, they can't be Woth. That's still, just like with normal MMR, with the normal win condition. Magic locks 2, Snowhead and Stone Tower.
Huh. And Egos gives up the New Wave Bossa Nova. Let's hope that leads to Stone Tower Temple.
Oh, it's not going to lead to Stone Tower Temple. We want to hope it leads to Snowhead Temple, and that might be where the Swamp Title Deed is. Or the Ocean Title Deed.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Yeah, that's a good reminder for everybody, not just me. Normal uninverted Stone Tower Temple, that's not shuffled in Dungeon Rando. That stays put, a beast. We just want it to not be Woodfall Temple, I think. Because I'm not sure I could rule anything else out.
I don't think Blaze picked up the Woodfall Stray Fairy that's in Castle. It has to be on the pillar.
Yeah. The truth be told, that's easy enough to regrab. If you have time, you need to burn time, but...
That's true.
Yeah, Netherian is on, 10 p.m. final night. Ink is on 8 p.m. final night.
Okay, so...
They're all kind of hoping that ISTT pulls, pays out for them.
We did find Snowhead Temple, so... That means Woodfall Temple is where Inverted Stone Tower Temple is. And...
Right.
Again, we need either the Ocean Title Deed or the Swamp Title Deed. That's what Blaze is looking for here. Oh no.
So we know if you get Ocean Title Deed... Well... Zora is available to work back up quickly.
Oh, that's it.
Was that Swamp Title Deed?
That was Swamp Title Deed.
Blaze knows that leads to Captain's Hat. Will Blaze continue with the dungeon? Has to think about it. Walking away. I mean, Blaze knows it has to be Elegy. And Elegy is going to lead to 2 different colors of fairies. I like the call. As somebody who's ran a few of these, the routing in the late game can be really, really challenging. Blaze taking a few extra seconds to make sure they've got it right. As for Netherian and Ink, they're on Twin Mold right now. They're almost done with Inverted Stone Tower Temple. Pojo does not have the Foolish Graveyard hint because that was an Icona.
And I don't
It's about
think
out of
either
checks.
Ink or Aetherian, I don't think either one of them has made the trip to Sewers, so neither has the Mirror Shield. Which at this point is
I would agree.
probably
I'm not seeing it on their
required.
trackers.
I don't know where that ocean title lead could be if
That's
it's not
Captain's
in
Hat for Blue.
Snowhead.
I'm not sure. Blaze warping back to Snowhead.
Probably hasn't picked up the
Blaze must want Path to Snowhead Ferry.
Oh, Pojo's in West Termina Field.
It's the place where Pojo wants to go. Not for Sniffa. There's Hook for Pojo. There's Twin Mold for Netherian. Ink out of magic. Has 6 arrows left. Blaze setting up Scarecrow's Song to get that fairy. Ink down to 3 arrows. And I think both Twin Molds still alive? Or is it just red? Pojo immediately heading east of that hook shot gets the 3rd Great Fairy or Great Bay Fairy on the way.
I'm thinking
In trouble on Twin Mold.
probably the fastest fairies to grab is Woodfall and Stone Tower.
I'd have to say yes. Because the remaining fairies in Great Fae are in Stone Tower Temple and the Well. Woodfall's remaining fairies, Stone Tower Temple and Iconic Castle Pill. Snowhead's remaining fairy option is yeah, you have to go Smithy day 1 and you have to get the ocean title date. You know, the green fairies aren't fully grabbable yet. But I think Blaze has Elegy in hand, should be able to get to Stone Tower Temple, should be able to finish this seed with one combo or another. Though Blaze still has to do Pohut to get that last yellow fairy.
That is
It's
true.
tough
I
stuff.
don't think Blaze does not know that Stray Fairy's in Pohut. That could have been why they were hesitant to leave Snowhead Temple. Because fairy could be on the ocean title deed turn in from their perspective.
And that's true. Ocean title deed could be in Snowhead Temple. This is not a straightforward endgame. Yellow Fairy is probably the easiest set, but even so, you've got to commit to Bowhead. All right, we're having a bit of a stall on our view, but Pojo was headed to Iconic Castle. We'll get New Wave there. Blaze is going to secure Elegy from this Iron Knuckle. Making a play for Secret Shrine, which could pay off if Oath the Ocean title deed is there. It would be possible to dodge Elegy that way, but only if the deed is there.
I think Ink would still have to do Smithy 1 as well.
That's true. I believe Pojo is the only one who knows the location of the Snowhead Ferry in Mountain Village. The Blaze is, well, no longer on day 1 probably because of a double. Deku Soldier being deployed against Egos. Ethereum about to secure a mirror shield. So much suspense in a Fairy Hunt endgame.
Like you said, these seeds are at the mid and late game can be incredibly non-linear. You have runners, they'll go for different fairies depending on the knowledge they know and the items they have. So I think it makes it very interesting to watch. Because a last minute pivot to a different fairy could make all the difference. Like we were just saying, if Ink finds the ocean title deed here, he could just completely bypass having to do Egos for New Wave to go to Snowhead Temple to do Graveyard for Elegy.
Yeah, Blaze is going to commit to Bowhead. As a Razor Sword and Light Arrows. Shouldn't be too bad. And it's the right decision that will complete Blaze's yellow set. Pojo making up for lost time, having to go back to ISTT with that hook in hand.
And Pojo doesn't know this, but I mean, it's only for a Snowhead Fairy.
True. I mean, Pojo does know that there's 3 different colors of fairies in there. He just... so he kind of has to take the chance.
It is true.
And since Pojo already got the 1 fairy, Pojo's in a decent shot to have green fairies be his set. He would just have to find that ocean title deed, or else it would all be all for naught.
Imagine though if the ocean title deed is just on the Snowhead map chest or something.
Well, there's Wart done. What does Wart have for us? That's a small chest. No. It was paper. But
It
was
was
the wrong
paper. No, Cafe only had 100 rupees and a bomb juice, I believe.
There's plenty of money elsewhere to be had. I think everybody's done Bank 1 by now in a West Clocktown Waff seed. I mean, it's been a remarkable contest because the first half of this seed was linear as heck, and now we're here. Now we're in chaos. Blaze looking to claim the Woodfall Stray Fairy on the iconic Castle Pillar, and then we'll be headed to Stone Tower Temple to get the Woodfall Fairy there, and also knows about the bomb shop having one for sale. Blaze is in Final Night, has Elegy in hand,
Oh.
is not declaring. That was it.
That was
That
it.
was it. Ink's got no title deed in Secret Shrine. The play pays off. If Ink realizes it, he's got 2 full sets.
Wait.
If Ink realizes it,
Wait, but Ink has to get the fairy from Smithy 1, right? That's the one thing.
Right.
Oh. If he had
gonna have
that
to cycle.
fairy. Unless if he set it up. I don't know if he set it up and then walked away.
He did. So, a gift to Ink. Does Ink know how to use it?
Oh, I don't. Ink doesn't know. Ink's going for Darmani.
I mean, Darmani's a great try here. It's valid. I mean, you don't know if it's Smithy 1 or Darmani. We did get the hint to rule out Smithy 2. Ink taking advantage. Ink not taking advantage. Ink Song of Time. Does Ink have a lens? No, Ink doesn't have the lens.
Yeah, no, I don't
Ink
think
never
Ink
visited.
has been PFI.
Yeah, Ink also not declaring go mode on the tracker or anything. Although, the tracker is so small in the restream, I have trouble reading it. Swamp title deed for Netherian. A very potent puzzle piece in his hands now. And his following Blaze's lead and backing off is going to... just going to Song of Time. Very reasonable given the circumstances. I don't think Nath has Smithy 1 yet. Okay. Yeah, without lens in hand, Ink chose to play for Smithy 1. It's going to be the right decision. Blaze is almost up Stone Tower, though. Yeah, Ink has written down all the regions on his tracker. I can't see his fairy count at the moment. It's just too small.
For our tracker,
But he already turned in the yellow set.
Yeah, Ink is just missing this Snowhead Fairy and then the one on the canyon ledge. So once he picks up this one,
Right.
he'll have all of his remains.
There we go. Oh yeah, I am seeing that Ink has noted go mode on his tracker.
Oh, I see it now. It's the Deku Princess, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I believe it's sections tracker. So we can always section for that. Wow. Blaze immediately finds Woodfall Stray Fairy on, I believe that's Compass Chest
Oh,
in Normal
wow.
Stone Tower. So Blaze is at 4 out of 5, needs to soar back to Clocktown, spend 50 at the bomb shop, back to Woodfall, turn it into the ferry, back to Clocktown to finish the game. Yeah. We do not have a room for go mode on our ZSR trackers. It's with good reason. We have so much to keep track of. But that's gonna be 15 pink and 15 yellow for Blaze. Blaze turning in his pinks. Pojo getting the knowledge of yellows. You know, Bean, I think time of day is going to be the difference here.
I was thinking that earlier
Blaze is
too.
just about to hit midnight.
Even if Blaze didn't find the Woodfall Stray Fairy right away, like let's just say they last located it on Light Arrow Chest, for example, I still think Blaze would have the edge over Ink because of time of day.
Yeah, I agree. Having to go back for that smithy made a real difference here for Ink. And yes, chat, that's correct. Any 2 sets of 5 fairies will do. 2 remains is enough.
And that's
Yeah,
15 for
Blaze is
Ink.
about to get the second. Windmolds remains. They don't necessarily have to be equivalent to the dungeon they belong to, but still counts for Majora access. Official go mode for Blaze. And go mode for Ink as well. I believe so. I think he's turned it in. It's just a waiting game now. Blaze strolls right in. Solid routing from I believe, the Season 5 main tournament champion. Ethereum acquiring LG, Pojo doing Pohuts. Should have that yellow set accounted for at this point.
Ink is bowing down to Larry. Oh, is Pojo gonna go for Shrine?
I
Nope.
think Pojo's using the Grotto to double. Yeah, as we know, GFS was in GBT. We never saw FD. Uh-oh. Okay. Looks like we're fine. I was a bit startled. Somebody dropped out of the call.
Well, I'm still here.
Very nice work for Blaze. Glad to hear you. Yeah, Blaze did good work on phase 1 of Majora. Here's Incarnation.
Pojo is going Shrine. This is going to pay off for Pojo. Because I think Pojo's only missing the Snowhead, Fairy, and Canyon, which he'll get Ocean Title Deed here. And then Stone Tower Fairy from Path to Snowhead, I think.
Yeah. Our trackers are confirming Pojo's only got 1 yellow to go. And 1 green to go. Now, he does have to beat every boss or mini-boss in the Shrine, but that'll be fine.
He has GFS.
You have to spend that time of day somehow anyway.
Did Ink
Here's
go
Blaze
get
with the
the
crouch
remain?
stab. Well, Ink's got time, but anyway, GG to Blaze.
GG's, sub 2
Official
hours.
time, 1 hours. Yeah, 58 minutes, 51 seconds, sub 2. Very good. Very good. It was a challenging endgame. Uh-oh. And I've lost stream on everybody.
I still see everyone. Ink just picked up Odolwa's remains off of the Snowhead Great Fairy. Pojo's fighting Wizrobe.
Right.
And Natherian is heading up to
Alright.
Stone Tower.
Yes, and Ink should now have only an hour to wait. Right, we are going to get an interview from Blaze. There's Ink going in. We'll be on track for 2nd place. Pojo on ward right now. And Ethereum going for the Stone Tower climb. So I think we'll see, 2 different routes taken in the end by our runners.
Welcome in, GG's.
All right.
Hello, GG's, thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations. You are our winner today in the weekly.
Sweet, yeah.
Yeah, what
Went pretty well, I thought.
Yeah, so what was Yeah. I mean, so what did you think about the seed, both the early game and then the late game? With all the deciding between fairies. Was there
It
anything that
was
popped out?
Yeah, it was interesting trying to figure out where those early waths were trying to lead me. Because you had like Field, Ranch, West Clocktown, and it wasn't like those were all free. Like you had to get Mask of Truth for Dog Race, which was just a bait ice arrow. And then Termina Field wasn't like readily available either. And then of course West Clocktown leads to a bow eventually. 30 minutes in.
I know. It was a linear first half, and not an obvious linear first half either. Despite the wafts that we got, everybody kind of had to work for, the Deku and the Goron and the bow.
Yeah, they were. It wasn't like they were. Yeah, they weren't free. And then getting fairies, I found it interesting that I was kind of looking for one of two deeds, a swamp deed for Captain's Hat to get to Stone Tower Temple, and then or an ocean deed to finish Snowhead Fairies.
Would you like to know where the ocean title deed ran off to?
I
We did
would-
find it.
I would love to know where that is, actually.
Secret Shrine Final Chest.
Oh god. Oh god, yeah. I got
Yeah.
lucky avoiding
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
So
Ink did go for it, and actually took that route and turned in Snowhead and Stone Tower Fairies. It seemed from up here in the booth that the Stone Tower Fairies were the easy ones to see relative to everybody
yeah,
else.
those were. I mean, I don't think those ones required a dungeon dip of any kind that I remember.
Yeah, I feel like the dungeon of the day was Stone Tower Temple. You know, with a
That's what I'm
supporting role
seeing.
from Snowhead for that team.
Yeah, absolutely. I was saying earlier how it just seems like these seeds really just lead you to Stone Tower a lot of the time. I don't know. Maybe that's just I've only played like 4, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't played a
4 or
huge
5.
amount myself. I think they're pretty fresh to all of us, but yeah, it's Stone Tower has the 6 extra added checks from the partial stray fairies, so it's not uncommon that between that and the dungeon shuffle that it comes up a lot.
Yeah.
And
GG's to
GG's,
Ink.
by the way, to Ink.
GG's.
It's a race time of
Yeah.
2 hours,
Second
4
place.
minutes, and 29 seconds. A solid second place.
Yeah. Yeah. Less than 6 minutes behind. We'll see if he joins us in the interview. Yeah. It's tricky in these seeds because it always comes down to, you know, one of 2 or 3 possibilities to close out whatever your second fairy set is. And you're just hoping and hoping that you stumble across the item, and if it doesn't show up, well, you take your second choice.
Yeah. Definitely feel you don't want to commit to just one set from the get-go. You just go for what what comes your way towards the end, I guess.
I feel like that's the approach that I've been taking to these seeds as well. It's, especially this one. The seed wasn't super stingy early in terms of fairies or items. It was just getting those core projectiles, the bow and the hook shot, that really opened things up. Yeah, and Ethereum on Majora now took the pink and yellow route, same as you did, Blaze.
Oh, okay.
And then I think Pojo went green and yellow. He also went to Secret Shrine.
I think the interesting thing about this seed, early on in the early game, was having was logically required potion turn in to get to the back of Southern Swamp.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to ask about Goron Octo Skip, if that was legal. I couldn't remember if that was legal or not.
It is.
It is.
It is legal. Okay. Because I chose to just
Yeah,
do it normally because I wasn't sure.
I think that's what everybody did.
Thanks. And welcome in, Ink. GG's.
Thanks, GG's. So I see
GG's, Inc.
Blaze is the only one with captains. That means he got Swamp Title Deed, so I have to first ask where that was.
Snowhead Temple.
Yeah, Snowhead, the Freezard's key chest. First
Okay.
chest I checked in there.
Okay,
I
fair
grabbed
enough.
it and dipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got very. I'm pretty sure I got very different fairies to you then, because I did all of Shrine to get Ocean Title Deed, and then I did Twin Mold to get Snowhead Fairy, one of the Snowhead Fairies, and turned in Ocean Title Deed to get the last Snowhead Fairy. And there was one on Smithy 1, which also made me have to like go back in time, unfortunately, but
Oh yeah, I was wondering. I was trying to do Smithy, but it was day 2 for me, so I couldn't.
yeah, the only wallet I found was ISTT as well.
The other one was Pirate's Fortress, I think.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I guess I'll get one thing out of the way. I guess I forgot how to do basic tricks. Like, I failed the ISTT like major skip like 10 times.
Oh
To the
no.
point where, yeah, I had to like go back for bombs, and then I went back to Road to Southern Swamp because I thought it was FD there. It wasn't. It was a frog. So I mispicked that.
Okay.
Oh,
So yeah, between those two things, pretty rough time loss, I'd say. But yeah, I mean, if you found the Swamp Tile Deed, then yeah, that makes life a lot easier, I'd say.
Yeah, I felt very lucky with where it turned up. I was considering not doing anything in Snowhead Temple at all. And maybe going like well for a GPT fairy.
I thought of that. Like, I basically was at the point where, when I was in ISTT, I was like, well, okay, if it's Woodfall Fairy, I can do it. If it's Great Bay Fairy, I can do it. Great Bay Fairy would be annoying, but I could do it. I'm just being go. And it was like the one fairy I couldn't do, and I had to go find Ocean Title Deeds or something, or Swamp Title Deed, I guess. And yeah, I found Ocean Title Deed first, I guess. So that was funny.
Yeah, it was really funny that 2 deeds were important.
yeah. It was a tale of two deeds and a tale of two routes. Pojo and Ink found Ocean Title Deed to go for greens and yellows, and Blaze and Nitherian found Swamp Title Deed and went for pinks and yellows. And speaking of which, Nitherian finished with 20835 GG. Welcome to the booth.
GG.
Hi. It was a weird seed. Don't know where I kind of went wrong, but I mean, it's what it is. Didn't play it best, I know that.
It was a
Made
weird
some
seed.
weird mistakes. Went into Egos without Mirror Shield. Again.
Oh, the
Second time
classic.
I've done that.
Oh. Yeah, it was a weird seed. It was a weird seed from the booth as well.
Yeah.
So
I was very sad to clear all
Go
of
for it. We
ISTT
did
and not get either. Like I needed one of the 2 fairies in there, and neither were there. It was incredibly sad.
Yeah, I did the same thing, and I found Ocean Title Deed anyways, and it was like, well, alright, I guess.
Where was Ocean Deed?
Shrine Final. Yeah.
I considered a shrine, but it felt slow.
It was pretty slow. I kind of just did it because I was tilted off my ISTT execution. It was like the worst ISTT I've ever had. Like even Scrubs has probably been better. So
Probably actually one of the best twin molds I've had in a while too. On like a mine at least. Like
opposite
think
for
I
me.
missed-
I ran an arrow.
I think I missed like 2 elemental arrows the entire fight, and the rest were all hits.
Yeah, I ran out of arrows on.
yeah, we barely saw your
so-
fight. Yeah, we were glad you pushed through, Ink. We barely saw Blazes, to be fair. Consider that a compliment, Blaze?
Oh, thanks.
And anyone else have to heal Kome twice?
Oh, yes, I did.
No.
Yeah.
No, I one-tripped it.
We pointed that out at one point, yeah.
Really wanted to do the Goron Octo skip, but I couldn't remember if it was allowed or not. I don't know if I've
me
ever
too.
actually done it in a race.
I'm hearing that it is allowed.
Yeah,
It's
I've heard
allowed.
it's allowed as well.
I know the bomb core recoil version, but I didn't have the like health to like survive it as human. I had like 3 hearts for so much to seed.
Yeah, I don't know. I
And
thought
welcome
it
in,
was
Pojo,
actually-
GG's Bojo.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Whoops.
I believe this is the biggest booth we've ever had on a ZSR restream for quite some time. All 4 of you have come to the interview, and it's great. So, yeah, feel free to share your thoughts, Bojo.
Hook shot. Whoops. that,
Oh, no.
that about sums up my primary thought on the seed.
Did you miss it for a while?
Yes. I feel like I was pretty quick to finishing once I found the hook. Thing is, it just took me way too long to find the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the other stuff you did was productive. You did find that mirror shield. You did find, other things and so forth, and and so on. But yeah, we noticed that you had marked Goron as a terminal field item. We were worried that would put you off of hookshot for a while. And well,
It wasn't really that. It wasn't really that. It was just, it's Bio Baba Grotto. Everyone loves to forget Bio Baba Grotto.
But
And
Goron wasn't in Termina Field. It was the Moonsteer turn-in.
It was the Moonsteer, but wasn't the Moonsteer in the TF Pillar?
No.
It was in
No,
Stock
it was,
Stockpotted.
Moonsteer was
Oh,
not
I didn't. Oh, okay. Well, then that's my bad. So I mistracked that because I went to that. I went to the pillar right after Stockpot in, so that's probably why I got my wires crossed. So.
That
Yeah.
makes sense, yeah. I guess
It
I have a
happens.
question,
There's a lot of
Pojo.
added tracking complexity here now.
Sure. What you
Yeah,
got,
sure,
Katie?
Bean, go ahead.
What made you go Secret Shrine at the end?
Well, I went to the Ikana Great Fairy to figure out where the last two Ikana fairies were, and when I found that one of them was in Canyon, and I did. You saw me do Pohud, then you saw me check the grotto and not be very happy about it, and it was just a density play. I was like, where can I go at this point? Because Blaze had already finished, and I forget if Ink had finished at that point. So I'm just like, I just need to find something. Either find me captains so I can access regular Stone Tower, or find me that Ocean Deed because I know I need it to get that final fairy. So I was right next to Shrine. So I'm just gonna do Shrine. If it burns me, at this point I've already lost anyway. So
Okay.
it worked out, just not quite well enough.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
you and Ink went the Shrine route, and Blaze and Nath went the Snowhead Temple Swamp Title did the Captain's Hat to Elegy route.
Which felt very poor. It's so much time. Because I got Swamp Deed at day 3. After the reset, go back to day 1, go get your elegy, go to day 3. It's just I must have played double digit the seed. I played it so many times. Because I think I thought I was in go mode 3 times, or potential go mode, and every time went to night 3, and it ended not working out. And the first time I was going to Ego, so that mirror shield. I think I pushed to night 3 there. Played Song of Time just to fast the way out. Then find Inverted Stone Tower. Double time again. It's not in there. It's just pain.
Yeah, not as nice as yesterday's seed.
Yeah, most of the
Honestly,
seed though
for
was
me-
just finding or getting the chain to bow. Once you get bow, the seed kind of just feels like it plays itself mostly.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna interject with. For me, I kind of just got everything on the chain without having to backtrack much, and it felt like everything was actually kind of linear until just, okay, where's Swamp Title Deed / Ocean Title Deed, I guess in this case. Mainly Swamp Title Deed, but yeah, I mean, I think I had everything minus captains by 40 some minutes, I want to say. So it was pretty quick, I want to say. I actually thought people were gonna. I was actually expecting people to finish earlier, if I'm not gonna lie, but I guess one title deed, Ocean title deed help people out. I thought maybe if I get Swamp Title Deed after Hook or something like that, it'd be a 130-ish, but yeah.
Part of what hurt me was that when I was in my first potential go mode, I went to Fortress. I did exterior and interior. I didn't do sewers at the time, so I didn't get Mirror Shield right away. And of course, I get 2 eggs in interior. I drop them off, then I go to Pinnacle Rock for the 3rd one. And of course there's a bottle in there anyway. It's like the biggest slap in the face. It's like she just came here first.
Yeah, the bottle was definitely very funny. I went PR without touching PF. So I just got 3 eggs. I was like, well, I guess I'm checking this next.
I considered doing PR first, but my thought process was that there was a possibility that Ocean was going to be the fairy I wanted to possibly push, depending on where things were, and so I figured grab that fairy on the way through.
Oh, I was the opposite. I was thinking actually, like, I was never getting Ocean. I mean, in retrospect, it's not actually that bad. I mean, I guess if you find STT, but and I was, to be fair, I was considering doing it at the end if I found, the one in ISTT, right? Like I could have did it, but
yeah, I was hoping for one for either either Woodfall or Ocean. Because I had everything for well, like I had plenty of money, I had plenty of bottles, just no fairy.
Yeah. Yeah, Goron was, was it not Goron? Gibdo was right along the way, so well was an option. But, for blues to be an option, I think that Great Bay Fairy would have had to have shown up in ISTT. Maybe for people to start considering that. But not so.
It was, as I was going through ISTT, I'm like, just give me one fairy. I'd prefer not the Snowhead Fairy, but just give me one fairy. And of course, they give me the Snowhead Fairy. It's like, thanks, game. So.
And you have to go all the way to Twin Mold to find it.
Yeah, at one point I was missing Castle SCT and then Well SCT is my last 2 for like Woodfall and Ocean. I considered skipping Castle at the time, and just like, okay, whichever one I find first, I push the other. But I don't know. I hate Well. Everyone hates Well.
Yep.
One thing we were talking about while we were watching, Great Fairy's Mask is a very helpful tool, even though it is kind of jank. So, for example, if you walk into Pohut wearing the Great Fairy's Mask, it will shimmer if Pohut has a fairy. Same thing for like Grandma's stories. You just have to walk into Grandma's room and stockpot in. It doesn't work consistently. For example, it's not really that great inside of temples because it'll think that stray fairy checks are stray fairies, and it'll just shimmer in like every single room.
Yep.
But if you see a small gilded chest like Stumpy, for example, and Great Fairy's Mask is shimmering, that means Stumpy will have a fairy. So it could be really helpful, especially for Pohut. Honestly, I think it's really great for Pohut and like a few other things, but I don't know.
That's good to know, yeah. I do forget that it's in my inventory most of the time.
Yeah, I considered doing that when I was pushing my Pohut, but my thought process was, if that's not it anyway, like, I'm probably going to do the check anyway, just because I'm already here and, like, I'm missing items at that point.
Yeah, it also, I'm pretty sure it works with the scrub trades and for Tingle and for frogs as well. It's just, it's so inconsistent. Because like,
there's a lot of things that set it off.
Yeah, like if you walk into Southern Swamp and there's a fairy on the frog, it will shimmer no matter where you are in the swamp, I'm pretty sure. Like you enter Southern Swamp and it's shimmering, it's like, oh, it could be the frog.
Yeah.
It might not in the Witch Hut. I forget area. I forget if that's true or not, because it's a different loading zone, but it's not like a different like full zone. So I forget how that works over there.
It could be that, because I think sometimes when I'm going to Mystery Woods, I see it shimmer for a split second for was it Kotake? And then like when you're navigating through Mystery Woods, it'll only shimmer if Kotake has a fairy and you see her on your screen.
Yeah,
interesting. Like I actually it's just very inconsistent.
Yeah, with my route, I actually started like equipping it very quickly because I've usually been doing a side opener for this, and so when I get sticks to do P-Hut, or Fiat, I usually equip like the mask at the time because usually I'm planning on doing east into like laundry pool, and it's just quicker to get it with the mask than it is to like jump into the water and grab it. Because it'll just fly right at you.
Yeah, I do love wearing it for a laundry pool. That's why I always just like start my runs wearing it, and then it's very nice to just get that fairy right away.
I should probably be wearing it more in my runs myself.
Yeah, I'm not the best at using it for a lot of seeds. Like I'm still like I need to get into bigger like better habits. It's just it breaks like your muscle memory for everything, so it's weird. And like they mentioned in dungeons, like it gets set off by so many random things that like it's like I had it on for the wizard chest and ICT. I'm like, oh, maybe it's in here, and it's just not. It's because like, well, it could also be the especially for Stone Tower. I think it also gets set off by the other like inverted side for those chests.
Yeah.
So it's like incredibly inconsistent there.
One room where it is really nice to put it on. When you enter the room for Twin Mold, but before you go into the void, if you put on the Great Fairy's mask, it'll shimmer if the light arrow chest has a fairy.
Oh, that's...
Because the only thing in that room is light arrows. So it's not going to shimmer for a stray fairy unless if there's a stray fairy in that chest.
Do you know if it shimmers if it's on the boss remain check?
I haven't tested that out yet. I've had fairies on the bosses, I've just not... My brain turns off when I'm fighting bosses and I don't think to turn off to equip it.
When I was fighting Twin Mold, I was tempted to put on the mask and like see if I need to fight Twin Mold or not, but I don't know if it like shimmers if it's on the... I assume it would shimmer if it's on like the heart container chest, but I don't know about the remains check.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on bosses. I would assume it would shimmer if it's on either one of them, but I really don't know.
Will have to be a test for later. Yeah, other than that, it was fun to see. I'll have to go back and watch the VOD and see where we all differed, but it felt relatively like straightforward. It sounds like we just kind of split toward the end when we were like running out of like obvious things to do.
Yeah, I'd say the first half was creatively linear, and then the second half was a lot of possibilities, and I'm very glad I got some practice in the comm booth, untangling all of that, because I feel like that's how mini seeds are going to go throughout this season. It's going to be interesting.
Settings are very wacky.
I'm rooting for like the day we get Zora mask off of George Heart container, which would require a Fierce Deity mask.
It would.
I'm waiting for the day that happens, or Goron mask on Goat Remains or something.
If it's any consolation, I've seen Deku mask behind Adola, at least.
Yep, I know which one you're talking about. Ink.
I had
Yeah, it's just the temples. It's not as bad.
Is Gohan Logic with just arrows? Like is it not require Goron logically?
Yes, so you can beat Goat with arrows, I think, and you could also use FD.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was logical or not.
Yep. Though it is the most fun way to beat him, it just takes too long.
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm ready for lunch.
Yeah.
About that time,
yeah. I can relate. Well, I don't have anything else, so thank you, all of you, for coming into the commentary booth for the interview.
Welcome.
Quite an experience. And, thank you to Double Tag GG and Hello Katie for keeping track of all this for us. Thank you, Katie B, for helping me keep all this straight. It's been a pleasure presenting this, and
Yeah.
Oh, what was that,
Thank
Bean?
you for commentating with me.
And thank you
Oh,
guys
thank
for
you.
the restream and for the race.
I think Cube David will close things out.
I'm already doing my job for me of thanking all volunteers. Not that I complain. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the Razor one. We're gonna raid over to ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, where we're currently co-streaming the Heroes of Time fundraiser for Breakthrough Type 1 Diabetes. And I hope some dude named Cubster is there. So go and have fun, and see you soon. Bye-bye.